Good evening. Good evening. We will now call our June 13, 2017 St. Lucie County Regular School Board meeting to order. And welcome to each one that's here this evening. It's good to see your smiling faces. We will stand up for the Pledge of Allegiance, and then directly after we'll do our Kids at Hope Treasure Hunters Pledge. And thank you for standing. Please remain standing at this time as we recite our Treasure Hunters Pledge. As an adult and treasure hunter, I am committed to search for all the talent, skills, and intelligence that exist in all children and youth. I believe all children are capable of success, no exceptions. You may be seated. Thank you. I would like to remind our audience that if any of you desire to be unscheduled speakers, please fill the forms out in the back and bring them directly up to us immediately, and we will acknowledge you at the appropriate time. I also enjoy when I have the opportunity to lead our board meeting. I also enjoy visiting and revisiting our vision for St. Lucie County Schools. So I'm going to recite that vision for all of us in attendance. Our vision for St. Lucie County Schools is that in partnership with parents and community, we will become premier centers of knowledge that are organized around our students and the work that's provided to them. Our name will be synonymous with the continuous improvement of student achievement and the success of each individual. Our promise is to move from good to great, focusing on our core business, that core business being the creation of challenging, engaging, and satisfying work for every child every day, and this is our St. Lucie way. We will now open up and conduct our public hearing to receive comments on the proposed adoption of amendments to School Board Policies 3.80, School Volunteers, to 6.17, Appointment or Employment Requirements, and 9.30, Community Use of Facilities and the Code of Student Conduct. Following the public hearing, the superintendent will make a recommendation as to the adoption of the same. Board members, do you have any comments or questions regarding the approval of amendments? Is there anyone in the audience who would like to comment regarding the public items this evening? Okay, seeing none, come forward. Superintendent Gent, we will now hear your recommendations.
Recommend the board approve the proposed amendments to School Board Policies number 3.80, 6.17, 9.30, and the Code of Student Conduct as presented.
Board members, we have received the recommendation. Thank you, Superintendent. May I have a motion, please?
So moved. Second.
So moved by Ms. Hensley and second by Ms. Hawley. All in favor?
Aye.
Are there any opposed? Motion carries 4-0. At this time, the public hearing is now officially concluded, and so we will move right along to our special order of business. We have presentations from United Way Campaign, we have our Volunteer of the Year Awards, and the end of the year academic recognitions for History, Project Citizen, and STEM. The following will be, after that, our special thanks and recognition, which is our star presentation. We'll turn this part of the agenda over into the hands of Superintendent Gent.
Thank you, Dr. Mills. I'd like to have Ms. Carrie Patrick come up over to the podium and invite our friends from the United Way up, and that will be our first order of recognition at this time.
Yes, good evening, Dr. Mills, board members, and Superintendent Gent. It is definitely my pleasure this evening to invite to the podium our friends from the United Way of St. Lucie County. We have with us this evening Board Chair Janelle Yost, CEO and President of United Way Karen Knapp, Vice President of Development and Marketing, Mr. Monty Kossoff. We have Roxanne Wells, who is the Workplace Campaign Director. We have Andrew Treadwell, who is the Campaign Chair. And if these fine individuals would please come forward, they have a lot of great news to share about our workplace giving.
I guess I drew the short straw. Anyway, thank you so much for having us, Madam Chair. It's always a pleasure to come here and present and say a few words before our local school board. This has been a phenomenal year for the United Way, just as it has been for the school district. And I've come here tonight to basically say the two most beautiful words in the English language. Thank you. Thank you for your support as a board. Thank you for assisting the United Way each and every year. Thank you for lending us the time of your superintendent to serve on our own board and work the United Way campaign. I also want to single out a few folks. I'd like to first say thank you to Carrie herself and Janice Sizemore, who ran your campaign. You all had a tremendously successful United Way campaign this year, so much so that at our annual campaign celebration just last week, we celebrated the St. Lucie County School District as a top 10 campaign in the county. So please, if I might. And I also want to just say thank you to everyone at the school district, because whether you give to the campaign or not, you do a tremendous job supporting the many agencies that we work with, from the Parent Academy to Big Brothers Big Sisters, Boys and Girls Club, and I could go on and on. The school district is also very supportive of our United Way's Tools for Schools program, which we're continuing to grow each and every year. So thank you for that. Finally, I thought it would be worth noting that just last week we announced that we have finalized our 2016-2017 campaign, and last year we raised just over $1.5 million. This year we did the same at $1.51 million. So we have increased. That is a large part, a credit to you. That's $3 million. And I told the folks when I spoke last week at our annual celebration that I have served 2 straight years as campaign chair. That's about 1 million minutes. So if you put those together, $3 million, 1 million minutes, we're now putting about $3 every minute back into this community through the United Way. So again, on behalf of Karen Knapp, our CEO, our board chair, Janelle Yost, and Monty and Roxanne, thank you so much for all that you do for the United Way.
Thank you, Andy. At this time, I'm Monty Kossoff from the United Way, and pleasure to be here for my 8th year to thank the school district. So, Madam Chair, Mr. Gent, thank you for your leadership, and also to Carrie and Janice for actually executing the campaign. We really appreciate every dollar counts. With education being at the forefront of one of our 3 core impact areas as an organization, we invest quite a bit into education in the community, and it's a wonderful partnership to have the employees of the school district giving back towards that initiative as well. So at this time, I'd like to ask 7 schools who were leaders in our campaign this year in specific categories to send a representative up front to receive an award, as well as a photo opportunity with our school board and our United Way leadership team. So first, for largest employee giving and largest campaign overall in their category, Forest Grove Middle School. Secondly, largest employee giving and largest campaign overall in their category, Morningside Elementary. Also in largest employee giving, Northport K through 8. Highest student campaign, Southport Middle School. For largest employee giving campaign and largest overall campaign in the high school category, Treasure Coast High School. And highest student campaign and largest campaign overall in the K through 8 category, Westgate. And for the elementary, highest student campaign, White City Elementary. Congratulations. Thank you. So on behalf of the United Way of St. Lucie County, our board of directors, and all of our funded agency partners, thank you.
As we move along with our celebrations this evening, we want to recognize our Volunteers of the Year, and for that I invite Miss Martha Underwood, who is our volunteer coordinator, to come forward and share this wonderful news.
Good evening, Madam Chair, school board members, and Superintendent Gent. Thank you for having me here tonight. I'm here to recognize and celebrate our 2016-17 Outstanding Volunteers of the Year. We have just completed another great school year. Our volunteer program is growing by leaps and bounds. I enjoy, and it warms my heart so much, to go visit our schools and attend volunteer breakfasts and luncheons, and hear our volunteers speaking about the way volunteering means to them and to be with our children each and every day. Our children depend on our volunteers, and they play a very important role in their lives. I have a little story that I have told you before, but please allow me to tell it one more time. As I was shopping in Walgreens a few days before Valentine's Day, I saw a little boy with his mother in the card section at the store. They were in deep conversation about choosing a card. I, of course, had to give a compliment to the mother and her little boy Jason about how sweet it was to see how important it was to choose an appropriate card. He told me he was picking out a card for Valentine's Day for Miss Frida because she helped him with his reading and math. I said, "She must be a very special lady," and he said, "She is." Jason explained to me that Miss Frida was his school volunteer. He said, "When she does not come, it makes me very sad. I love her and I miss her when she does not come to help me." I just want you to think for a moment the important fact and impact that Miss Frida has had on Jason. This is what is happening in all of our schools in St. Lucie County. Our volunteers are priceless. I want to say a special thanks to all of our great principals, APs, and volunteer coordinators at our school sites for the great recruiting jobs you are doing. At this time, I would like to recognize our 3 outstanding volunteers of the year representing St. Lucie County. We'll start with the adult category first. Susie Scott has been chosen Adult Volunteer of the Year for Northport K-8. She has served Northport superbly for 13 years as a volunteer. Ms. Scott has been a school advisory council member for the past 8 years and has served in several capacities in the PTO, including president, vice president, and secretary. Mrs. Scott serves on the St. Lucie West Centennial High School Advisory Council as vice chair. She works digitally as both a Cub Scout and Girl Scout leader for many years. Ms. Scott has coordinated and assisted in Northport's adequate yearly progress celebration for all students who have made learning gains since 2009, and has been the chief coordinator assistant working diligently and directly with Susan Matson, the 8th grade team leader, and with Rebecca Leone, Northport bookkeeper, planning and managing the 8th grade grad venture trip to Universal Studios. She plans and assists with Northport grade graduation festivities, including the annual ceremony, which incorporates invitations, programs, contacts and secures chaperones, plans and implements fabulous decorations, as well as organizing food for all activities. Susie Scott is a wonderful woman who epitomizes the word volunteer. She is so happy to help out in any area she can be of service. She has been a longtime volunteer and can be counted on as a great parent, chaperone, facilitator of jobs, planner, manager, and the best get the job done woman could possibly be on the Northport campus. Northport is so proud of you, Susie. Would you come forward and accept your award? The next category is the senior category. Bayshore Elementary is proud to announce Miss Joan Blake has been chosen as the Senior Volunteer of the Year. Ms. Joan has been volunteering at Bayshore for 10 years and has spent the last 8 years volunteering with Ms. Compranchio's kindergarten class. Ms. Joan is an amazing volunteer who truly loves working with students so they can be successful learners. Ms. Jones started volunteering at Bayshore as part of the Foster Grandparents Program 10 years ago. Once she met Ms. Compranchio and started volunteering with her kindergarten students, they knew she was the perfect fit. Ms. Jones' patient disposition and loving personality was the perfect addition to a kindergarten classroom. Even after Ms. Jones stopped volunteering with the Foster Grandparent Program, she just couldn't leave Ms. Compranchio's kindergarten classroom. She loves working with the students and always takes time to get to know them. She works with students individually or in small groups to help them learn their sight words and sounds, even surprising them with small prizes when they master them. Ms. Jones is always ready to chaperone a field trip or volunteer during special events, but no project is too small. She's always happy to organize papers for the next day, create bulletin boards, and file papers into mailboxes. Ms. Joan has volunteered over 5,000 hours during the past 10 years at Bayshore. We are so grateful for her dedication and commitment to our students. Ms. Compranchio summed it up best when she said, "It's wonderful to see my students' faces light up when Ms. Joan comes in the room, because they know she is there to help them, just because she loves them." Ms. Joan could not be with us tonight, but Lori Beans, the volunteer coordinator, is here to accept the award for her. Lori, would you come forward, please? Okay, our last category is Youth Volunteer of the Year. Our Youth Volunteer of the Year is Nichapa Duncharnjit, is a student at Lincoln Park Academy. Nichapa is a very deserving of the Outstanding School Volunteer Award, displaying exceptional dedication and commitment to quality education. As a student at LPA, this is evident by her repeated principal honor roll recognition each quarter, and is always striving to do her best and to improve. As a volunteer, her commitment is evident as she faithfully arrives weekly and completes each task enthusiastically. Nichapa assists in many tasks such as paper grading, assisting students with technology, placing students' work on bulletin boards, and coaching students using math strategies. For several years, Nichapa needed to push herself through an undiagnosed thyroid condition that attempted to zap her energy. She struggled through it and has since had it corrected, which has given her the experience to be patient and encouraging others who seem to have challenges. As a member of the Odyssey of the Mind team for 2 years, Nichapa has had many experiences cooperating with others, while also planning to compete long-term projects. The team's creative problem-solving abilities resulted in a second-place award at the Odyssey of the Mind's World Finals at the University of Iowa, trailing Poland. Uniquely, she could model effective communication skills and bring as effective and artistic talent to each assignment. Nichapa, an 8th grader in the Gifted program at Lincoln Park Academy, has served as a volunteer with her 4th grade teacher for the past 2 years. Her mom drops her off at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, so she has an hour with the students, which she greatly enjoys, and at least another hour in the paper-type task of a classroom. Over the 2 years, she has made bulletin boards, displays, created graphs, and displayed science experiment data, and as well as student assessment data, and helped to supervise Odyssey of the Mind teams. Nichapa is an outstanding student volunteer, exemplary Florida student. Joyfully, she serves others in every way she can. In an interaction, she is thoughtful and honest. She manages to find the time to volunteer while also practicing piano, participating in 4-H, the school orchestra, and being a dear daughter and a dear friend to anyone in need of a friend. Nichapal, would you come forward, please? Could I ask the principals and assistants, if you would like to come, and volunteer coordinators to come for the picture, please? Nichapal, come. Nichapal's parents are here. Any other family members that would like to come is welcome to come. Thank you very much.
Well, we have closed our school year out, but as you look in the audience, you will see that we have many students here along with their teachers and their parents. Learning and celebration are events that take place throughout the year. So at this time, I would welcome our parents of students who are here this evening to receive academic celebration recognition and their teachers to please stand and be recognized. Now, I know you are out there. Come on, stand up. Okay, we have a lot of shy people in the audience because they were coming in the foyer and we were having some good conversations. The reason I wanted to recognize them is because when students do great things, it is about the team effort and the support that they receive. And throughout the month of May, as we were closing our school year, there were so many great things taking place on state and national levels. Mrs. Kate Ems and Mr. Paul Reeve were coordinating science fairs, international science fairs, history days, and our students were participating and winning and receiving great accolades for the things that they had accomplished and were presenting to our legislators, to judges, and to people on the international scene. And we want to make sure that they are recognized here in front of you this evening. So what I'd like to do is share with you what some of these competitions were, and then after I've gone through the competitions, we're going to invite our students who have received their certificates to please come forward and share their thoughts with you perhaps as they shake your hand. We'll take a picture and then we will post them on our website and let them receive some more recognition for the things that they have done that are so very positive. To begin with, we have students in Project Citizen. Students in 7th grade classrooms throughout St. Lucie have a unique opportunity to learn how our government works in their civics classrooms. Each of our students identify local or state issues. They research the level of government needed to be influenced. They identify the positives and the negatives of possible solutions, and they ultimately create an action plan. Students learn about public policy and interaction of citizens in the government through their research. 18 schools participated in the district showcase in January, and 3 projects were sent to the first round of state competition. These projects were from Lincoln Park, Manatee Academy, and Samuel Gaines Academy. The research was displayed at the state capitol building where our Florida lawmakers were able to view what our students projected to be a good solution to their problems. All 3 of the groups were invited to compete in the state finals held in Palm Beach Gardens in May, and the judges' feedback from these groups was very positive, and all were commended on their passion, on their poise, and their preparation. I certainly hope that the students you see up there right now will move forward, and perhaps one day we will see them serving as leaders in our community. Moving on, also in May, we had students in 6th, 8th, 10th, and 11th grade participate in the State History Day competition that was held at the Tallahassee Community College. Over 1,100 students with over 600 entries competed. 45 of those students and 30 entries were from St. Lucie County. This year's theme was taking a stand in history, and students were able to showcase their work in 5 categories. That was exhibit, documentary, website, performance, and research paper. Angel Vo from Port St. Lucie High School was awarded the Florida Heritage Award and the Outstanding County Award for her website on the environmentalist Marjorie Harris Carr and her stand against the Cross Florida Barge Canal. St. Lucie County was well represented by the students that you see up there tonight, and we want to make sure that we are proudly celebrating the work that they too have accomplished in this area. Science Fair and International Science Fair is next. I also mentioned to you earlier that as we closed the year, it was very busy. At the State Science Fair, our students, whom you now see on the screen, participated and came back with tremendous honors. 2 of these scientists moved on to the Intel International Fair in May, and that was held in Los Angeles. Ms. Hanya Sharif and Shreya Reddy are both from Lincoln Park. Hanya, at the state level, had a project that was entered into the plant sciences category, and at the state level, she was awarded first place in the division, and she also won the Division Grand Award. In addition to this, she was only one of 8 students throughout the entire state of Florida whose project was selected as Best in Show. And we have a very, very large and very proudly displayed trophy at the school as an exhibit for her very, very progressive work and innovative work. At the International Science Fair, this young lady was awarded 4th place against many, many, many stellar individuals. She has received quite extensive accolades for the work that she has done, and we do expect her to continue that great scientific work. At the state level, Shreya's individual project focused on microbiology, and she was awarded 3rd place for her insightful project. In addition, she also made a very positive presentation to the international judges when she, too, was in Los Angeles. And the neat thing is, even though some of our students aren't here this evening, their parents and their teachers are. They are here to support them for what they have done and what they know they will continue to do. So at this time, I would invite our students who are here, because we are so very proud of you, and perhaps parents who came to accept the award on behalf of their students, to please come forward so that we may get a picture of you all and say thank you and congratulations for what you have done. Come on. And as we move into the final phase of our recognitions for this evening, we have our STAR Awards, and this is for outstanding customer service. These come to us as recommendations from some of our internal customers and our external customers. First, we would like to recognize our crossing guards. The safety of our children is of prime concern, and this fact was echoed through a note of appreciation by Miss Tiffany for our crossing guards at Virginia and 13th. She says, "I have driven by these women every morning for the last 5 years, and they are always so attentive to our children. We wave at each other almost every morning, and I consider them trusted friends who are taking care of the neighborhood. These women who have no problem disciplining drivers, and they are very kind to the students who are crossing. You can tell that the kids love them too, and I just wanted you to know. So please tell them that the woman," and she describes her car, "appreciate their service." So we would like to say thank you to crossing guards Martha Lewis and Annette Wallace for the service that you provide our children in keeping them safe. And as this is the season for making sure that we are making sure our classrooms have quality individuals to make sure that our students are learning at the highest level, we want to recognize 3 individuals from our Human Resources Division for doing everything they can to ensure that our teachers have all the credentials that they need to continue their service. First, Miss Shelby Baker, who is the record specialist. Shelby Baker gathered and analyzes turnover numbers from last school year. Her work discovered that we were non-reappointing some teachers that could not pass a general knowledge exam and certification exam, and Ms. Baker shared her discovery with the HR leadership team. Shortly after, the district began to dedicate more resources to providing some tutoring services so that teachers could make certain that these exams were passed. So congratulations to Ms. Shelby Baker and her dedicated service to doing a little bit of data mining. And Miss Heather Conte is a teacher on special assignment assigned to the HR department, and her key responsibilities include certification compliance for all of our teachers. Ms. Conte has created bi-weekly and monthly data to share at monthly principal meetings for teachers needing to stay in field. ESOL compliance and making sure that we obtain temporary and professional certifications as needed. So, Ms. Heather Conte, thank you for your diligence. And last but certainly not least, Mr. Ronald Barr, who is our certification specialist. Mr. Barr also provides monthly general knowledge data to principals, and he helps monitor and inform our instructional staff of general knowledge resources available to them. Mr. Barr also personally took it upon himself to build relationships with outside providers and that were enabling our district to receive significant discounts for teachers who were seeking outside tutoring. Mr. Barr is also well respected for his customer service. He averages 2 or 3 survey compliments per week from staff about his superb service that he provides. So congratulations to you, Mr. Barr.
thank you all for your fantastic work that you do for our children each and every day. Young people, we congratulate you on your accomplishments, and also I wanted to say how inspiring and how motivating it is to see young people here learning about governance and doing a fantastic job within our school district. We thank each and every volunteer that have committed your free time to St. Lucie County children. We really do appreciate it. We need all the community help we can get in doing what we do. Okay, we're going to move right along to our CTA report. Is there someone here to give that? Thank you. Is that Ms. Hill? Thank you very much for coming to the podium, and we welcome you this evening.
Thank you very much. I am here standing in for Vicki right now. She and other members of the FEA of our union are up at Summer Academy in Jacksonville. And actually, right this minute, they are protesting or demonstrating in front of a business where our lovely governor is, and to try to get him to veto 7069, but we don't know, you know. But anyway, they're up there making the effort, and I'm glad. Sorry I'm not there with them, but we're thankful that they could be up there and try to get that message to the governor that we all want is to please veto 7069. Well, I'd first like to say today how proud we are of our teachers and support staff with the improvements that were made in student scores for the FSA tests. Even with changes in the tests, in St. Lucie County met the challenges, and most students exceeded the expectations. District support of teachers certainly contributed to this success, and we thank them for that. Graduation rate continues to rise as well. We know that our teachers and support staff are the best, and it's high time that the data reflects that. One other issue that does concern us is the number of openings that occurred at the end of the school year due to retirements, resignations, and most concerning is the number of teachers who were non-reappointed, even though many of them had evaluations of effective and highly effective. This concerns us greatly. This is an area where we'd like to discuss to come up with a solution so that we don't lose these teachers. We have invested time and training in these teachers, and we know that we all want them to stay in St. Lucie County. Unfortunately, many teachers leave St. Lucie for other districts, and they will reap the benefits of our efforts. We are looking forward to the new school year with continued optimism as we collaborate not only with contract negotiations, but that we are more able to collaborate throughout the year to create a culture of a caring and successful school district. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Hill. Do we have a CWA report this evening? Okay, seeing that there is none, we will continue to move to our consent agenda. Board members, we have the consent agenda before us. I would entertain a motion at this time to accept the agenda as presented.
So moved.
So moved by Ms. Hilson and second by Ms. Hawley. Board members, having the agenda before us, are there any conflicts you wish to declare on any of the items that may be coming before us this evening? I'm sorry, let's put a motion out, please. So moved by Debbie Hawley, second by
Second.
Ms. Hilson. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion carries 4-0. Now are there any conflicts that anyone would need to declare on any of the items? Okay, hearing none, Mr. Superintendent, may we have your recommendations?
Recommend approval of the consent agenda as submitted.
So moved.
Moved by Ms. Hilson, second by Ms. Hensley. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Okay, we move 4-0 on that one. Mr. Superintendent and staff reports, please.
Thank you. Ms. Hill talked about the new year. There's only 63 days till school starts again, for anybody that's keeping track. Anyway, we want to recognize three folks, three individuals that will be serving as principals in our schools. I'd like for them to come up at this time. I'd like to introduce Mona Ray Miller Buchanan, who will be heading up Forest Grove. Coming up, Mona Ray, congratulations. Right. You were coming over here like you were going to talk in my microphone. I was like, easy.
No, sir. Good evening, Vice Chair Dr. Donna Mills, Superintendent Gent, school board members, family, and colleagues. I want to thank you for the opportunity to make a difference or continue to make a difference in our schools and community. I want to be thankful not just to everyone in here, but my former principals who are not here, as well as the staff at Centennial High School, Ms. Popwell as their leader, and the administrative team, Kim Wah, Susan Mannion, and Russell Ader. I will miss you dearly. You have all shaped who I am today, and I'm truly thankful to you. Ms. Popwell, you are an inspiration. You model effective leadership every day, and I'm thankful for everything you do for me and for everyone you've encountered throughout the years. My family, I am so thankful for you. You are always supportive. My husband, you are my rock. I could not do this without you. And lastly, I want to say again, I am honored and humbled to be the principal or to serve as the principal at Forest Grove Middle School.
If any, her family, friends, husband, you want to stand up, be recognized? I believe that's husband. Very good. The Rock. All right. Very good. Thank you. Congratulations. Also, Michelle Harrington will be going over to St. Lucie Elementary School. Michelle.
Good evening, Dr. Donna Mills, board members, Mr. Gent. I want to thank you so much for entrusting me with this opportunity to lead St. Lucie Elementary, the students, the staff, and the community. I know the power of public education, and particularly the power of public education here in St. Lucie County. As a product of St. Lucie County Public Schools, I know the opportunities that have been afforded to me because of the high quality education that I received right here in the halls of so many of these schools, and I promise to ensure that the students of St. Lucie Elementary are able to have the same opportunities that I have had in ensuring that they receive the same kind of high quality education that I received here in St. Lucie County. I know that I'm filling some very big and well-respected shoes in Latricia Woolard at St. Lucie Elementary, and I promise to continue the incredible work that she has already laid the foundation for at St. Lucie Elementary. I'd also like to thank her as a mentor and as a friend, and I'd like to thank Nicole Ortega, Latricia and Nicole, two principals who have been instrumental in supporting me and leading me into the leader that I am. They've been my biggest cheerleaders and my supporters over the years. I've learned so much from each of them on how to build a culture of excellence while still valuing people for who they are. You are both amazing leaders, and I'm thankful for your leadership and your friendship. I'd also like to thank my family, my husband David, and my boys Isaac and Isaiah. They've always believed in me, and they truly have made sacrifices while I've pursued this passion. They've always recognized that to me this is not just a job, that it's a passion. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Good to have her family, David, Isaac, Isaiah. If you guys would please stand. Congratulations. I don't want to embarrass you. There you go. Now I'd like to ask Kathy Melrose to come up, who will be becoming the principal of Morningside Elementary. Ms. Melrose.
This is so exciting. Dr. Mills, school board members, Superintendent Gent, thank you for believing in me, and thank you for this honor. I am so excited to be a member of the Morningside team and to lead the team to excellence. We will get there, I am sure, and I am confident in that team and in this journey. I came to St. Lucie County in 2008, and never in a million years did I ever expect to be where I am right now. And I am here because of the leaders in this district, the amazing leaders. I have had the most amazing mentors, starting with whom I call my mama, out of the deepest respect, who is here, Miss Debbie Snyder, has just given me so much opportunity to grow. Also, Miss Lydia Martin, who hired me in the district. I worked under as an AP, and then she was my supervisor. So it just keeps coming around. Miss Jackson, who is my current principal at Savannah Ridge, we worked together at Palm Point. I was under her when she was my AP, as well as Miss Woolard. I also had the experience of working with, who will now be my supervisor this year. And Miss LaTanya Green, who gave me that first opportunity to become an AP and opened that door and pushed me hard for 3 years. And for that, I am so grateful. I am honored, and I am ready for this next journey. And thank you so much. Appreciate it.
To the board, my comments are going to be very, very brief. We did our leadership summit the last 2 days. Some of the principals are here, and I appreciate them coming out. It was kind of we wore our school colors. It's summertime, a little casual, so there's no tie tonight. Troy would have been proud. But I do appreciate the board members. Each one of you are able to stop by, and we appreciate your support for that. As was mentioned by Chris regarding the governor, the House Bill 7069 did go to the governor this morning. It's still on our webpage. We do encourage everyone to send a text or send an email or even a phone call and ask them to veto that. It's not going to be good for public education. It will not be good for our boys and girls, our students, and our communities. And there's still time. We're not sure if it's a done deal or not. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. But I would encourage everyone, that was the homework assignment for our administrators, and encourage our general public to do that as well. Next week at our work session, we will share the data and the information regarding the good news of how our district has performed with the state test, the EOCs. We've got a great story to tell in our school district, a lot of positive gains that are going on, and Dr. Prince will present that to you at our work session next week and get into the weeds a little bit and answer any of the questions that you have. But I do want to really commend all of our principals and our teachers and support staff and all the folks that are behind the scenes that make all this possible. We're here to serve our children and our community. And finally, it is summertime. It's 63 days left, and we have a curriculum out there called Summer Slide. We don't want our children to fall backwards. We don't want them to go backwards. We don't want them to slide. So that's on the webpage. That information is on the webpage. For the parents, there's a lot of fun activities. There's a lot of good stuff if you're going on trips and traveling, some nice games that can be played. So we encourage folks to take advantage of that, and that information is on the webpage. Thank you.
Thank you, Superintendent Gent. Attorneys' reports or comments? Okay, Attorney Harrell, thank you. Board members, before we go on into our own individual reports, the FSBA bylaws are calling for each district board to annually designate a member and an alternate to serve on the SSBA Legislative Committee. And these legislative committee members serve as the key architects of the FSBA legislative platform and are essential advocates in our local, our state, and our federal lobby efforts. The school board is being asked to select a member and an alternate to serve. And once we select one, the appropriate form will be submitted on or before July 1st, 2017. Now, currently, we do have Ms. Catherine Hensley, who serves as the board's member, and Ms. Debbie Hawley is the alternate. Are you ladies interested in continuing in that position? Okay. So with that being said, may I have a motion to please approve Ms. Hensley and Ms. Hawley to be our FSBA Legislative Committee designees?
I make the motion.
Okay, so moved by Ms. Hilson and second by Ms. Hensley. All right, and so the motion, all in favor? Any opposed? So the motion carries 4-0. At this time, we're going to ask if Ms. Hawley would begin our report.
I just
to wish all of you a happy summer. Since we've met last, school has been out. You've already been through your Summer Leadership Academy. We really didn't even pause a moment to catch a breath, and I appreciate all that you do for the school district and for the students and families and each other for this county. Tomorrow, I think Donna and Catherine and I will be headed for Tampa for the FSBA Summer Conference, and one of the hot topics there, of course, as you can imagine, will be the Bill 7069. It's garnishing a lot of attention. So as our superintendent said, if you would please just take 30 seconds and make the phone call, because the impact for us as a school district, and not just us, but all school districts in Florida, is going to really be tough and make it difficult for us to continue the really good work that we're going on. And finally, I just want to say congratulations to all of you for a really fabulous school year. Thanks.
Ms. Hilson says no comments, so we'll go right to Ms. Hensley.
Well, and congratulations on wonderful graduation ceremonies. They were great, as they always are. Every year is better. It was wonderful. As you probably know, the governor cut all the money for 4-H programs in the state of Florida. We have many thousands of our students benefit from 4-H programs, so we are working on Plan B to make sure that our students still have access and the benefit of those programs. League of Women Voters had our state conference last weekend, unanimously voted to send a letter to the governor and to do some advocacy to have him veto 7069. That was voted on Saturday night. The letter went out yesterday morning. FSBA, as she said, is this weekend. We have a lot on our plate, and I hope that you realize that. And our school board association is what FSBA is. School board association has a very strong advocacy arm that works very diligently with many other organizations to make sure that the discussion is appropriate for education, not that we always win, but that we are out there, and we are out there trying to make sure that the community as a whole, the state as a whole, really understand what the benefits are of public education and actually become champions with us. So, thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Hensley. FSBA has asked me to give the thought for today while we are on our journey with the summer conference, and it will be Thursday morning, and I request all of your prayers. It was exciting to get that phone call from FSBA to do so, so I look forward to that. And it's just to inspire all of the St. Lucie, all of the state of Florida's school board members and superintendents that will be there. So I'm happy to make that announcement. It's the first time that I've been acknowledged to do such a thing for the FSBA. Also, I am a proud mama tonight. My daughter is officially a federal judge here in St. Lucie County. It has been made official. And as Ms. Harrington says, she grew up here, she graduated from Westwood, and it is a testimony to our great school district here. You've done a fantastic job for many years. She will be sworn in next week, and she's very excited to have that opportunity. So I want to thank St. Lucie's public school system for making this possible for our community. Thank you very much. And seeing that there are no speakers this evening, unscheduled speakers coming before us, we will end the meeting with the reminder of our mission statement. The mission of St. Lucie County's public schools is to ensure that all of our students graduate from safe and caring schools, equipped with the knowledge, the skills, and the desire to succeed. Good evening to all. Have a great summer, and we are adjourned. Oops.